Hello everyone, and welcome to another informational video by UltraTec. Today we'll be talking about different battery types. I'll be covering these three questions. First, how can I tell if the battery that I'm buying is a genuine battery? Number two, how do I compare different battery types? And number three, what questions should I be asking to the people that I'm buying batteries from? Now, before I get further into the details, I'd just like to ask if you can like and subscribe to the UltraTec YouTube channel for more useful information and videos. We'll be continuing to release more information and videos throughout the year. My name is Keval, and I'll be taking you through the different types of batteries that we have here and how to compare different battery types. So without further ado, let me get straight into question number one. How can I tell if the battery that I'm buying is genuine? Now, obviously, there is a lot of equipment and specifically batteries in the market which it's very difficult to tell whether they're genuine batteries or whether you're going to buy the battery and then it's going to fail within a few months. And a lot of people have come to us saying, you know, we bought a battery or we asked somebody to buy a battery for us and it failed within a few months. So what's the solution? How do you find out whether the battery that you're buying is genuine? The first idea is to try and go onto the manufacturer's website and actually have a look if the people that you're buying from are the genuine registered distributor for that particular brand. For example, Victron, Okaya, or Hoppecke. Visit their websites, have a look and see UltraTec on the website. That way you know that when you come to UltraTec, you're buying a genuine battery from the manufacturer. The second option is to actually visit the Uganda Solar Energy Association website. And that will give you an idea of which companies there are in Uganda that are genuine solar companies. Usually visiting the manufacturer's website is actually a better way to do it, but I will leave that up to you. Right, question number two. How do I compare different battery brands? Now here obviously we have three different battery brands. We have the Hoppecke, which is from Germany. We have the Victron, which is a Dutch company. And we have Okaya, which is an Indian company made in India. And they each have their own advantages and disadvantages. We all know that when it comes to buying batteries, money is always an issue. We have limited budgets, but we still need to buy what we need to buy. Now, usually there's a trade-off between price and the longevity of how long the battery is going to last. So we have, at UltraTec, we actually have the whole spectrum. We have the very expensive but very long-lasting batteries, and we have the lower cost, shorter life batteries, getting a whole different array of values. Now the way we compare different battery types and different battery brands, the parameter that we use is something called cost per cycle. Now, what do I mean by cost per cycle? Cost is pretty obvious to everyone. It's the actual cost of the battery. When you go to buy a battery, how much does that battery cost? Cycle is a little bit more technical, and I'm going to try and explain it in the way that a cycle is classified as charging your battery up to full and then discharging it down to 50%. So it's the equivalent of filling up your bucket full of water and then pouring out half and then filling it up again. That's one cycle. So depending on what battery you get, you're going to get a different number of cycles. You're going to get different value for money. For example, the Hoppecke battery is roughly around 26 to 30 US cents per cycle. The Victron is around 65 US cents per cycle, and the Okaya is around 70 US cents per cycle. There are other battery brands in the market which could be $1.5, $2 per cycle. So even if they seem cheaper, because of how long they last, they might not be giving you the best value for money. So that's the information that you need to look for. Which brings me now quite nicely to the last point. What questions should I be asking when I am buying batteries? This is something that we generally don't do. We don't ask the questions that we need to ask. So what I'm going to tell you is what questions you need to ask when you're buying a battery. Okay? The first thing that we always ask is price. Absolutely we should. We should know what price we're going to get the batteries for. But the other things that we should ask is, how many cycles does the battery do? How long should I expect the battery to last? And what is the cost per cycle? What is that value? And what is the best option for me if what I'm looking for is value for money? Okay, thank you very much for watching the entire video. Really appreciate your attention and hope that this has been a useful and informative video. Like I said before, please like and subscribe to the UltraTec channel. We'll be releasing more of these informational videos. And remember, this information that I've talked to you about is not just about the brands that we represent, but any battery brand that you're going to buy when you're buying for solar. Thank you very much.